Alright, let's play some Super Robot Wars Y. I think I'm supposed to wait one run, but I don't think anyone will care if we start a little sooner. Oh, good. Camille. Hi, Camille. Alright, we'll let Dilmon finish up and then we'll start. Okay. Let us begin. Free to sell your soul. Bandai to spy on you. Sounds good. You're not spying on me. Huh. What is in here? Oh, okay, just letting you buy the DLC. Fair enough. Now, I was actually reading on the Steam forums that a lot of these settings don't activate until you at least complete the first mission, which is fair. Kind of the developers are saying, hey, this is the way we want you to play our game, and if you don't play it this way, it may not work the way we want it to. Of course, after you see how that works and how it's supposed to work, go ahead and feel free to play with things. Fair. That is, you know, not usually how that works, but also part of me wants to take the Steam FPS off because I doubt that information is going to be even useful. Let's go with normal. Alright, so this character, Cross, his playstyle, from what I recall from seeing some videos, is kind of laser-based, and then she's more ninja. The problem I run into is I like red. Her mech is red. I don't think like I like the whole laser thing and more militaristic style, and that makes me want to pick Cross. But her mech is red. And I don't think I could pick the non-red mech. I'm sorry, guys. I just can't do it. So we will play as Forte. The birth date of April 20th. April 20th is when the first Super Robot Wars came out. It is an anniversary date. By the way, if you do see those settings about setting a birth date and a blood type, be careful what you select. You're actually making decisions.
地球天の川銀河の辺境に位置するこの星は激動の歴史を歩んできました。60年ほど前に起きた青函大戦。異星人とのファーストコンタクトとなったこの戦いにおいて地球は滅亡の危機に瀕しました。そこから奇跡ともいえる復興を遂げた地球人類はわずか半世紀の間にその種を銀河中へと広げたのです。しかし地球に残った人類はその後も常に戦いとともにありました。人類以外の知的生命体との戦い、異星からの侵略者との戦い、人類同士の戦い。その中でも地球に住むアースノイドとコロニーに住むスペースノイドの確執は長きにわたり、ついには全面戦争へと至ったのです。スペースノイドを率いるハマーン・カーン、ギルバート・デュランダル、ミリアルド・ピース・クラフト、そして赤い彗星シャアーズナブル、アースノイドを率いるトレーズ・クシュリナーダ、ルルーシュビ・ブリタニア、さらにはその戦いの裏で己の野望をむき出しとする者たち。平和を願う人たちの決死の戦いにより人類の敵は打ち破られました。地球と宇宙の戦いも双方に多くの犠牲を出しながらもそれぞれの指導者が倒れたことにより終わりを迎えようとしました。しかしそれは幻想でした。スペースノイドの指導者シャア・アズナブルに対し地球を支配したルルーシュビ・ブリタニアは徹底抗戦を打ち出したのです。そして初代地球皇帝を名乗るルルーシュビ・ブリタニアは自らの意志を世界中へと示そうとしました。
So to explain the birth date and blood type thing, that determines your main character's starting stats. Specifically, what skills you will have, what skills you will have later, and what skills you will have near the end game. That's right, you're making important decisions. Your character plus their birth date plus their blood type equates to something. Now, the guide I read, the one I picked, April 20th, the anniversary of Super Robot Wars 1, that's supposed to give you a buff. So I'm going to take the buff. These skills are slightly cheaper than usual. You get them a little bit earlier, which is great. And I think that'll help the run. And none of the skills are particularly useless or anything like that, so it's all good. So, to explain to anyone who's never played a Super Robot Wars, this game takes a whole bunch of different anime series and meshes them into a single reality. Like a single plane of existence where all these things are real at the same time. To get the kind of an idea, if you're not even familiar what that means, imagine if you say started up a game and you had Star Wars, Star Trek, and Babylon 5, and they were all real, all happening together and brought to the same timeline in which they were all real places, all happening at the same time. And those factions, Starfleet interacting with the Galactic Empire, Earth, Babylon 5 would be part of Earth, and so would Starfleet. They would both be organizations of Earth. So that's kind of like the idea to think about, is some of these factions are like supposed to be Earth, and they will all be true. If in the show they were part of Earth, these factions all exist at the same time. So the idea is all the storylines are true and are happening at the same time. So, bit of a crazy crossover. So that's exactly what Super Robot Wars is. It's a crossover game that takes a whole bunch of different mecha anime and puts them into the same universe. Now, some things that may be a little too far of a stretch, they have them come from, say, an alternative timeline or an alternative Earth or from some sort of dimensional door. So we'll be seeing some of that. Now, if you're like, do I need to play any more of these Super Robot Wars? Most of them take place in their own, like, timeline. They wrap this whole new story around based on which series they're going to be covering. In this case, we're going to have a bunch of Gundam shows, which I'm super excited for. We're going to have Macross Delta, and I know some people were like, I want the other Macross shows. Well, they picked Delta, that's what we're getting. I'm super excited just to see Macross. Anyway, we will continue on. Our world is in flux. When it's all settled, what will await? Disaster, maybe even destruction? I'm afraid that the parade tomorrow will be the beginning of the end. Emperor Lucci's parade. So, the parade to Emperor Luigi has begun. With the destruction of Logos and the end of their shadow rule of Earth, as well as the death of Tries Crucinata, he will naturally become the leader of Earth, as his Holy Britannian Empire is now the largest military force on the surface. Still calling himself the Emperor of Earth is worrying. Yes, he's clearly positioning himself as Earth's solo ruler, and this effectively serves as a final declaration of war against the Space Noids. Ooh, Char's not gonna like that. By the way, if you're wondering, like, I don't understand what's going on, don't worry. It takes a whole bunch of animes that are not related to each other and creates a new story around that. So that beginning scroll was kind of like setting up, like how things are aligned. Just like if all of a sudden we were like, Captain Picard has become Emperor. You know, it's not contingent with that timeline because these things should not be interacting with each other. So that opening crawl is kind of setting up like, hey, you know, we're gonna have this guy is gonna be here and he's now the leader of this faction. That's the only thing you should take note of, is those characters have particular personalities, and that will bleed into this story. So if you don't know those characters, that's okay. Just feel free to ask me and I'll do my best to explain. But the Spacenoid leadership. I assume you're thinking of Haman Khan, Gilbert Giuliani, and Millardo Peacecraft. Haman was the semi-leader of Neo Zeon. The problem is that she wasn't the official leader, because the official leader was the last surviving member of the Zabi family. And Haman was kind of like using her to have authority, if that makes sense. So like the actual last surviving member of the Zabi family was basically a figurehead, and she doesn't like that. And so during the show Gundam Unicorn, you actually see her working against her own forces because she's been kind of converted to a figurehead, and she's trying to figure out what her government is doing behind her back. And that's what Gundam Unicorn is about, if you're curious. The god of possibility, right? Anyway, I assume you're thinking of Haman Khan. Yes. With their defeat, the Space Nines will most likely unite under the leadership of Char Aznable. Char Aznable is actually the one who rescued the last member of the Zabi family, which is really weird because he made it his campaign to kill every single member of the Zabi family, and the ones he didn't kill, like, his rival killed. But Char actually rescued the last one because she was a child, and thus not responsible for trying to kill him and his family. Char's family actually was the legitimate ruler of Zeon. Now, Char Aznable is not actually his real name. He stole that name from someone else to avoid being assassinated. He kind of switched seats with someone and took their identity and led the real Char Aznable to his death. Because the real Char Aznable basically got assassinated in his place. And then he just took the ID of Char Aznable. Then the fighting will continue. Miss Echia. I thought this was taught everyone the foolishness of hatred, and yet, ultimately, the future of Earth is now Emperor Lalichi's to decide. He wants a final conclusion, and Char Aznable is happy to provide. A lot of my channel art for my channel is Char Aznable, so I'm a big Char fan. So much for peace anytime soon. Dr. Hell and Doc Gundam are defeated. The Byston Will forces are all gone. They should have been the start of something better. But the Earth and space are mirrored in war. Meanwhile, it's the Emperor Luigi hasn't even noticed. All our ruined cities and the wounded survivors in them. Damn it. We've driven back to Camp Bellers, but Emperor Barrow is still out there, leading the Yoma Empire. But we can't give up. Jinju gave his life for this fight. We gotta carry on. That's what you say, right, Akira? On the left right here is Bright, and on the right is Amuro Ray, the protagonist of the original Gundam show. And this actually, on the left, Bright is the original captain of the White Base. Didn't people learn how pointless war is? Even after all that, some people still want conflict. People like Lucian of Britannia and Char. The coming war will be between Earth under Luigi's rule and space under Char's control. It'll probably be the end of it all. Char is no fool. He knows the significance of everything Treize and Millardo did. But if Lelouch demands all-out war, there won't be any other option. What will we do when the time comes? Have we heard from Camille? No. No word from him yet. Char, Camille, are you going to be swept up by the times as well? There he is, Emperor Luigi. Lumia v Britannia! For all we did, we couldn't stop him. Hero, hey, are you? So Duo and Hero are from the show Gundam Wing. Also known to Praise to the Losers. Glory to the Losers. Not a word. He wants a decisive conclusion to the conflict with the Space Noids, which means more bloodshed. Woofy, where are you going? I refuse to accept any of this. I reject him. Char, Treize, all of it. Well, don't reject Char. Hope you're watching, everyone. The streets are packed with people hopping to get a glimpse of Emperor Luigi. In addition to having the Emperor go out among the people, this parade serves as a warning to those who would endanger Earth. Emperor Luigi is committed to steering the world towards a new age. I'm sorry, something appears to have happened at the parade. It's Zero, the mass leader of the Order of the Black Knights. Zero has appeared. Zero. So you fulfilled your promise. Lelouch. Leouch. Leouch. Is this really the ending you wanted? Even if it is, I can't accept it. Head. Will this... The war is over? But our fight's just starting.
悪逆皇帝と呼ばれたルルーシュ・ビ・ブリタニアは黒の騎士団の仮面の男ゼロによって撃たれました。指導者を失った地球側は戦いを望まない市民の声を受けて体制を見直すこととなり、シャア・アズナブルもそれに応じたことで地球と宇宙の最終戦争は回避されたのです。こうして世界は平和を取り戻しました。それはまるでルルーシュ・ビ・ブリタニアが全ての憎しみを連れ去っていったかのようでした。しかしその変革が成し遂げられたのは多くの人が訴えた戦争の愚かしさ、悲しさ、虚しさを人々が自らのこととして受け止めたためでしょう。レボル・ウォー、世界と人々に変革を促したこの戦いはそう呼ばれることとなりました。戦争の爪痕が未だ残る中、地球も宇宙も新たな時代に向けて歩み始めようとしています。 新たに発足した新地球連邦政府にはそれぞれの権利が認められたスペースコロニーの参加を決めました。そして皇帝ルルーシュ暗殺から1年の時が流れ、私エチカワイ・フランバーネットは14歳の誕生日を迎えました。
Franburdant Manor. The flowers are in bloom. They must be celebrating this special day with you. Anina. Happy 14th birthday, Miss Acheka? Let's go Acheka. The garments I prepared for today suit you perfectly. I'll be honest, she looks like she's like wearing the uniform of some sort of like some sort of celebratory military uniform. Thank you very much. But what is it? Never mind, it's nothing important. Miss Angelica, I've been at your side as your teacher for 3 years now. I don't know how much I can help, but I hope you tell me if there was anything bothering you. I'm just anxious. Anxious about what? I'm not sure the Revolutionary War is over, and the world is starting to change. That could be a good thing, but there's a part of me that just can't relax. That's not unreasonable at all. The death of the evil emperor, Lelouch, kept the Earth and space from a catastrophic conflict and brought an end to wars between humanity. But those wars left deep scars, and there's no end in sight for the energy crisis. Everyone has plenty of cause for anxiety. Besides, we're still facing attacks from our non-human forces. Japan still lives in fear of them. Even our Yagami city isn't safe. And there I am, just a powerless child. There's nothing I can do about any of it. Be patient, Miss Shanata. You don't need to fix everything at once. You'll be in a position to lead in due time. You just need to be ready to serve to the best of your ability when the call comes. That's what Dr. Yagami, your dear departed father and my teacher, wanted for you. My father left me this mansion and the entire area of Yagami City. That's right. I wouldn't be exaggerating to call you the ruler of the city, though that may be a slightly backwards way of looking at it. But Japan is part of the New Earth Federation. I may own the land, but I don't have any actual authority. Are you sure about that? Anima. It's been 3 years now since I came to live with you. As Dr. Yagami requested in his will, Miss Alacha, you can see the city and all its people from atop this hill. You have a great responsibility towards it all, Miss Alenchiga. A what? A great responsibility. And we know with great responsibility comes, with great power comes great responsibility. And I guess we have the responsibility with no great power. That's unfortunate. Or are we saying by giving ourselves great responsibility, this automatically gives us great power? Let's find out. This is the message Dr. Yagami left for me to give to you at the right time. That time being today, your 14th birthday. As we know, everyone, once they hit 14, they become full adults and they start running their own cities. They start running their secret police forces. You know, it's just standard things 14-year-olds do. That time... This is kind of a heavy subject for presenting a birthday present, isn't it? Pardon, may I ask who you are? Before I answer, happy birthday to you. Thank you. Your birthday wishes are appreciated. Your trespassing on Framerbrook's property, much less so. Whoosh! These flowers are lovely. Yes, they certainly are. And with two beautiful young ladies standing in them, it's a picture perfect, don't you think? Goodness, I am hardly a young lady. No, and not you. I meant me and Angela. Wait, did I already tell you my name? Well, I already know you. That's always concerning when someone knows your name and you don't know who they are or how they know your name. The initial is short for Gigami, your father's name. You rule the lands here, whether you know it or not, and today is your 14th birthday. You enjoy eating cream puffs, and you can't stand big ol' frogs. Get away from this girl. She must be a stalker. No, hold on. The real pest threatening isn't me, it's... ominous music, and we have Agent Smith and Smithettes. Or just lots of Agent Smiths that look identical. That's the most concerning thing. Because, you know, as much as Agent Smiths like to look similar, they generally aren't one-to-one. Now, see what you did? Speak of the devil, and they appear. Who are you? You're trespassing on House Frankenfurst's property. Explain yourself. You're coming with us. You don't get a choice. Run! I don't know who they are, but they're clearly dangerous. Don't even try to resist. We will complete our mission. Guys, come on. It's rude to leave me out of the conversation, you know? Ninja Art Kakuga! Two glints of the crescent moon to cut the dark night sky. Measure twice, cut once. No, wait. I have to get two of them, so I guess it's still cut twice. That kind of violence certainly wasn't called for, even against trespassers. Oh, for sure. I've been gentler with normal folks. These guys, though, normal nothing. They aren't folks at all. Just take a peek behind their sunglasses. See? Those aren't human eyes. Nope. They're just mechanical puppets. I have no idea such advanced androids even existed. Yeah, honestly, this is my first time seeing them too. Who are you exactly? You suddenly appear before me and take down androids with a katana. Who are you? Just your average local high school girl. Yeah, totally. How gullible do you think I am? Sorry, I was just trying to lighten the mood, but I guess it fell flat. I'm Forte. Just call me Forte. I'm well. I'm your other birthday present. Apparently you're getting people for a birthday present. She must be nobility. A present? Ooh, what was that explosion? Look, the city! Wait, those are... mobile suits? It's a Taurus. The new EFF doesn't use those. That must mean the non-military armed organization. In other words, terrorists. Because we know that, you know, if it's not a military and it's armed, it must be terrorists. Must be Val X, that group operating all over the world. Val X, the ones who claim to honor victory, anarchy, liberty, and the unknown? Okay. Can anarchy ever have victory? Oh, those don't necessarily seem like they're concurrent goals. Because if you're in complete anarchy, somebody's liberty is going to be squashed. And I feel like anarchy is a perpetual concept. So victory is usually not ever possible. But maybe I'm mistaken. And to the unknown. That's fair. Yes, we don't know who they are, what they want, or anything beyond the fact that they carry out terrorist attacks. So, the definition of terrorist usually means using terror to accomplish, like, a political goal. If you don't know why they're doing it, they're very bad terrorists. They're just creating terror without any actual political agenda. Or any kind of agenda that they're attempting to convince people to move towards. So they wouldn't probably fit our definition of terrorist. They might fit some other definition of terrorist. Because not everywhere around the world defines a terrorist the same way. This is why we get, like, someone jokes that, you know, one man's freedom fighter is another man's terrorist, but they should be different, but, you know, I'm not going to strands of hair trying to distinguish the difference. But if you don't know their agenda, they're not doing their job as terrorists. Like, that I think that's one of the base requirements, is people have to know what you're trying to accomplish. Could you just imagine, like, a bunch of, like, people attacking something and going, meh, and then just, like, leaving? You know, it's just like, the whole point is to let people know what you're trying to achieve. I don't know. At least you should have a website. Yeah, this group obviously needs a website to clearly list out what their demands are. They're probably dumb demands, but, you know, who knows. Ah! Who the heck are these guys? They're attacking all over the city. No apparent target. I suppose that does suggest they're Valax, doesn't it? This is where, like, an organization that just goes, we're just going to kill the civilians specifically. And it's just like, it's easy to paint them as the bad guys because, you know, why would you only target civilians? Unless you're trying to annihilate that species out of existence. Forte, do you know anything about this? Wait, where did she... She's gone. We're in danger here. We have to get to the mansion. Look, the Federation forces are here. Those are the new EFF Luminuses. They're the latest model. We should be safe now. What? They were defeated so fast. How? Look, someone's heading for the remaining one. Really? I can't tell from this far. Yep, thought so. They're unmanned. Man, the new EFF sure is short on warm bodies, huh? Still, gotta buy some time using this thing. The girl just climbed into the robot. Quickly, to the mansion. Right. Okay, everyone, come on. Put your guns at the cute little girl. Sorry, uninvited guest, but there's no birthday cake for you. Ugh, I'm such a moron. Thanks to me being impatient, I've stuck fighting with this heap of junk. I really don't want to screw up in front of either, bro. I'm giving you a noogie the next time I see you.
人を殺すための機械なんていらないよ。ここは当てなきゃ。
Speed this up a bit.
最初の動きはフェイントなのだ。
Gotta speed up this combat.
さっきのはちょっと危なかった。人を殺すための機械なんていらないよ。とどめの一発。つまんないミスした。AI 対人間負けられない。とどめの一発。
By the way, part of the reason we got hit there is because the more dodges you make, the lower your dodge chance gets. I'm not going to let this guy hit us. It's a 40% hit chance. 40% hit chance is harsh.
人を殺すための機械なんていらないよ。一発ぐらいは。
This new uniform is not too shabby, if I say so myself. You know, I might like these better than a mobile armored ninja. What? What is that? I followed them all the way to Japan. How dare people still use mobile dolls? Mobile dolls are from Gundam Wing, if you're curious, so it's from their show. Hilo, that's Shang Wu Fei, pilot of one of the colony Gundams. Huh, didn't the data on him say he was missing? This new world is wrong. Even so, I will not allow others to force the weak to suffer through war. Howdy howdy. Finally one streaming in English. Yes, yes. Are a lot of people streaming this in Japanese? I don't know. Personally, I'd prefer it in English that I can understand. I have no idea what he's going on about, but if that means he's helping, help away. see this, trees? The world demands conflict. I will prove to you that the world you tried to lead us to is flawed.
戦争を広げるだけの存在など宇宙に不要だ。力のない者がうろうろするな。どうよ。
残念、もう行動パターン読めちゃった。頼むからよけないで。
I do, in fact, have the Ultimate Edition. Yay! Easy win! I'm sure my brother would tell me I'm still got a lot to learn, of course. Yeah! Long range attacks? There's more? What? Why is the ground shaking? This shaking. This isn't an attack. Something's happening to the Mashin. When the world is this noise, I need you to listen closely to me. Dr. Yagami's message about responsibility, I just passed on to you, is not the only present he left for your 14th birthday. A present? Is now really the time? What I have for you is a gift of power. Power? Its name is the A Advent. The A Advent? All sequence complete. Mobile fortification A Advent. Launching now. I'll be right back, guys. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna have to actually stop streaming this right now. One of my family members decided to leave. So I'll be